What's up, guys? It's Lord Both here for another video. And you ever have a coworker or a friend of a friend and they are unequivocally and undeniably absolutely dumb? I mean vapid. I mean a horrific, terrible amount of dumb that you can't stand them as a person. But for whatever reason, you have to be around them a lot and you end up having conversations with them. And then you find out something niche that you really like, whether it's music or a movie or something in your life that you really like, but not a whole lot of people you know, normies that you know, are really into it. But then you find out that this really terrible person that you hate does like that. And you're like, oh my God, no, you can't like that too. You're so dumb. I can't like the same thing as someone terrible and dumb as you are. Well, that happened to me this past week. And it wasn't really actually anybody that I know personally. It was actually a celebrity. I guess you could call him a celebrity. He's definitely not a star in the movie sense. He likes to think he is, but he just absolutely isn't. And of course, by this, I'm talking about the announcement that Simu Liu is working on a Sleeping Dogs film. This comes to us from IGN via Twitter. IGN can confirm the Sleeping Dogs movie is in development, and we're hearing Shang-Chi star Simu Liu is set to play Wei Shen. Wei Shen, of course, the lead character in the game. Now, if you don't know anything about Sleeping Dogs, Wei Shen in the game is a cop, and he's undercover in the Chinese triads in Hong Kong and China. And of course, he's supposed to help take him down from within inside the gang, but he makes a lot of connections while he's there. He becomes very personally conflicted and invested, and that's really where the good drama of the game comes from. Now, it's been compared to things like Yakuza, even going as so far as to call it a ripoff of Yakuza. I don't really think that. Calling it a ripoff of Yakuza is like saying that GTA is a ripoff of Saints Row. And yes, I know that Saints Row came after GTA, but what I'm trying to say is, while Sleeping Dogs is more grounded and sort of not, I guess you could say, realistic than something I feel like Yakuza, GTA is definitely more grounded and I guess you could say, again, realistic than something as cartoonish as Saints Row. Now, originally, years ago, Donnie Yen was supposed to be actually producing a Sleeping Dogs movie, which we were all excited about when that got announced. At least us that like Sleeping Dogs, which I definitely consider myself among those. I've always been really bummed that it didn't get a sequel. There are a lot of games I think should get a sequel that I've just resigned to the fact that they're probably never gonna get a sequel. Saboteur, Alpha Protocol, L.A. Noire, and even Sid Meier's Pirates if you want to go way back. These are all games that I love specifically that weren't hugely popular when they first came out, maybe with the exception of, say, L.A. Noire, that I know are just probably never going to get a sequel. But a really good Sleeping Dogs movie could actually propel that game to get a sequel, and that's another one that I really wish would get a sequel. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to get that if Simu Liu is the star. Because Simu Liu, like I alluded to earlier, is a dumb, terrible, vapid individual who is not a movie star. He has zero charisma. He's not charming. He's not funny. He doesn't really have a massive superhero build physically. He's not stunningly handsome, if I gotta be honest. And the Chinese audience certainly agrees with that. They've been on record calling him ugly. They think he's ugly for a Chinese man. And the fact that he loves Sleeping Dogs it's difficult for me. Because on the one hand, I really, really love Sleeping Dogs, and I want a sequel to that game really bad. On the other hand, I hate Simu Liu, and I know that any movie he makes that's going to be about Sleeping Dogs is going to be soulless and an obvious failure. I don't think that even if he has a good production crew holding his hand through this entire film, is it going to be good at any point. Just like Shang-Chi felt like a soulless cash grab film. There was no heart, nothing really pulling at Shang-Chi. Even his father, who is the villain and the most humanistic character in that story, was acting on a plot that was so dumb and didn't make any sense at all that the movie just completely fell flat from that perspective. And we're going to get this again here. even if it's a one-for-one adaptation of the game. I just don't think Simu Liu is a big enough sell for audiences to want to come see it. I mean, the best character Simu Liu has played is a Ken doll. Probably because Simu Liu has about as much talent as a Ken doll. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be different. Maybe because he has such a passion for this project. Maybe he's not just doing it because he's getting Marvel fame and Disney bucks. And yes, maybe it has a chance to be good. But I really, really doubt that. Even though he wants it to be really good, and he wants it to kick off a campaign to get a sequel game, I just don't see how it happens with him. But those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go ahead and leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, I appreciate you watching all of it, and we'll talk to you again later.